there. Good morning. Coach Mel here for our strength workout. Totally forgot to post on Facebook last night or even this morning what we were going to be doing, but that's okay because we're here and we're going to get a workout in. So today is our strength training workout. So it is 2 rounds of strength, 1 round of core. The core is all going to be done on the floor. So you have 2 options. Either don't do that section, or I'm going to give you alternatives to do it either. Some of them are standing and some of them would be sitting in a chair. So when we get to that hardcore section, I will let you know what we're going to be doing there. 2 rounds. We go through each round 3 times. There's going to be a lower body move, then an upper, then a lower, then an upper. It's timed. 40 seconds on, 15 seconds off, which means, I'm just going to move this so it's not in the screen, which means you move at your own pace. Don't feel that you need to keep up with me. I will be switching weights. When I do lower body, I like to go heavier, bigger muscles, so you can go a little bit heavier. And then I will go lighter when I do some upper moves. And there's one move especially in the first round that I'm going to go really, really light. It's a shoulder move, and you're up here and up here. So think about that. If you just have one set of weights, that's fine. We really talk a lot about muscle-mind connection. So I'll be specifically telling you which muscles you should be squeezing, where you should be feeling it. And that's why lower weights work just as well. You don't have to have heavy weights to do this. What else? If you're going to do floor work, you're probably going to want a mat. We will be both supine on our back and we will be on all fours. You don't need any weight for that section. Like I said, I will give you an alternative. Have some water. My water's right. It's always hard to figure out. Right there. There's my water. Have some water nearby. And just put some music on if you want music. I do not have music playing in the background because of YouTube rules. So if you want a little pump up music, go ahead and get that ready. We got just a couple minutes before we start. Like I said, this is timed. So 40 seconds on, 15 seconds off. That gives you a chance to change weights if you do have different weights and you want to change. Yeah, and I think that's about it. I was sitting here crafting beforehand. I'm working on a diamond painting thing. First time I've ever done one. They're a lot of fun. It's very, very relaxing. So I'm going to work on that a little bit more after we finish this workout. All right. Have your weights ready. Make sure that your space is clear so that you can move side to side. Just looking. We don't have a lot of movement. No, not a lot of movement. There is one where we're going to do a side leg raise. So if you want a chair to be able to hold on to or hold on to a wall, because we will be going onto one foot. So balance is important too. All right, that's all I got for you. We're going to get warmed up. We always start with a dynamic warm-up, meaning that we're moving, and then we will finish with some stretching at the end. So let's get going. I'm going to move this chair out of the way. Put that over there. All right, it's time. Let's march it out. All right, I'm going to just fix this a little bit because I want you to be able to see my feet. They're more important than my head. That's not really true, but for this it is. All right, I'm actually going to do that. We don't need that glaring light on. All right, I think we're good now. Let's bring it out wide. And of course, the heat's coming on. I'll take the long sleeve off. All right, we're going to move it to in 4, out 4, in 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4. Bring it in and out, in and out, in and out. Let's go singles, in, out, out. Remember to always listen to your body while you're exercising. If something does not feel good, if it hurts, don't continue to do it or go down to a lower weight until you get to a point of it not hurting. Let's kick that heel out in front. Still can't see my feet very good. You keep going. I'm going to adjust that one more time. I feel like I move it, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Kick that heel out there. That's better. Good. All right, kick it back. and to the side, point that toe, stretch the leg out. We will do side leg lifts in one of the rounds. Second round, I think, yep. Good, let's hinge forward, arms out, flat back, straight legs, hinge. Nice and gentle, stretching the hamstrings, upper back of the leg, hinge. We will do single leg deadlifts in round one. So I always show you all the moves before we start the round. All right, let's bring that knee up and roll it out. Hold on to something if you need to for balance. Let's get those hips warmed up. Yeah, I always show you the moves before we start the round. Don't feel like you have to memorize them because you have me here to watch. But I like you to know what's coming so that you can determine what weights you want and you can have them close at hand. My weights are all right on the floor in front of me. All right, let's do out to the side, a little pulse. Up and over, other side. Shoulders facing forward on this, knee in line with the foot. Little bounce and bounce, push into that heel. That's it. Excellent, couple more here. All right, let's get upper warmed up, really come back and squeeze, and then bring it forward, squeeze the chest. Squeeze through the back, squeeze through the chest. Go back as far as you can with your arms, whatever's comfortable. That's it. And now let's reach way up and up. Really reach and reach. Reach and reach. Good. Excellent. And let's just let ourselves rotate a little bit. Let those arms fly. Picking up the back toe. All right, first round, we're going to start with sumo squat pulses. And I'm going to show you everything. I'm just going to talk right now. Then we're going to do a reverse bicep curl. A little hole in there. We have single leg deadlifts, which we will alternate legs. And then we're going to finish with a shoulder fly to an overhead press. That is going to be the lowest weights that you have in your arsenal. All right. So get yourself ready. I'm going to show you the moves now. We talked about them, but let me show you. And I'm just going to get a light set of weights so that I don't have to switch every time. And I'm going to give you some options on where to put the weights for this first one. So sumo, feet are out wider than your hips. If I were to drop my weights, they would not hit my feet. My toes are at 45 degrees. We're going to come down. Notice at the bottom, my knee is right in line with my foot, and I'm keeping my chest up tall. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, up on 4. Weight in the heels, pressing up through the heels. 1, 2, 3, up. Now you notice I have my weights resting on my legs. You can also put them here. If you do, don't do this with your wrists. Keep them nice and flat, but it would be the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and up. So you decide where you want those. All right, reverse bicep curl. Palms are facing your thighs. I'm going to turn this way. It's going to be up, up, down, down. So there's a little hold there. Up and hold, down and down. Notice I'm not going all the way up to my shoulder. I'm going about 3/4 of the way up. That keeps that bicep engaged while you're in that hold. All right, next one, single leg deadlift. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. I'm going to turn this way. On your toe, reach across to the opposite toe, then put that foot down. On your toe, reach across to the opposite toe. Lead with your chest, not with your shoulders. Keep that back nice and flat. All the weight's going into the heel of this straight leg as you reach towards that toe. Your other option is to go into a balance. So hinge forward and bring it up. Switch, hinge forward and bring it up. So do what works for you. Either keep a toe on the floor or do that single leg. All right, this one you're going to want really light weights, and I might even switch down to lighter. We're going to come up here. We're going to come out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. 40 seconds of that is really, really tough. If the weights are too much, just put them down and use your arms. You don't have to have weights in your hands for that one. That's a really, really tough one. All right. Make sure on that you're not shrugging your shoulders as you go up. I don't want to see this, right? We're pushing up without shrugging our shoulders. All right. That's what I got for you. I'm going to get a tissue really quickly here before we get started. So first one, sumo, legs. If you have a variety of weights, this is when you want to pick up the heavier weights. All right, I'm going to go on the heavier side, but not get crazy here. We're going into a sumo. Oh, I have to turn the timer on. Sumo squat position. When I hit this timer, we got 15 seconds to get set up. Feet out wide, toes out at 45 degrees. I'm going to leave my weights here at my thighs, shoulders back, chest up tall. 3 pulses, up on 4, in 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. Really pushing that weight into your heels. Move at your pace here, but we're staying nice and low in that pulse and then driving all the way up. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. We can get one more in. 1, 2, 3, up on 4. All right. If you're switching weights, you probably want to go to something a little bit lighter. We're going to do that reverse curl. I'm going to go this way so you can see where I'm stopping. In 2, 1, one at a time. Up, hold, down, and down. Up, down, down. Slight bend in the knees. Abs pulled in. Nice and controlled. Up, down, down. Up, down, down. 15 seconds to go. Good. All right, last little bit. We got 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, we're going to do that alternating single leg deadlift. You can do 1 or 2 weights here. You can either balance on the 1 foot or just come on the toe, starting in 2, 1. Nice flat back, reach across to the opposite foot, and then come back up. Try to stay nice and controlled, and up. Hinge, and up. Good. You don't want to move quickly here. If your balance is causing you to have to move through this too quickly, leave your foot on the floor and get more out of it. Just come right here. All the weight going into that 1 foot. Other side. And we got 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right. I want you to get light weights or no weights for this one. I'm actually going to drop down to even lighter than I had. We're going to do that up or out, up, down, and in. Here we go. Starting right here. Out, press overhead, bring it down, pull it in. Out, up, down, and in. Keep that going. Remember, we're not shrugging here. Woo! Shoulders are burning. Yep. 15 seconds. Woo! That's going to feel like an eternity. Out, up, down, and in. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And resting. All right. You have a 30-second rest. That was our first time through round 1. We're going to go through 2 more times. Exact same move. So this is a time to think about, were those weights right? Do you need to change weights? Were you putting your mind and muscle together where I was telling you to squeeze? All right. We start in 10 seconds. So let's pick up our weights. All right. In 2, 1, down for 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Drive it all the way up. Down, 2, 3, and all the way up. Down, 2, 3, and up. Nice. Remember, pushing into the heels, squeezing all the way up to the glutes as we come up. And squeeze. Nice and tall through the chest. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, and up. We got 3 more seconds. Get a quick one in. And resting. All right. Remember to bend your knees when you put those weights down. So I don't always demonstrate that very well. All right, reverse curls, up, up, down, down. Coming to about 3/4 of the way up. Keep those elbows locked in near your ribs. Here we go. Up, up, down, down. So stopping at that 3/4 really engages your biceps. Should feel this a little bit down in the forearm area too. That has to do with the grip, that how we have to hold this, right? And down. Good. Make sure you keep a slight bend in the knees. Abs pulled in. Up, up, down, down. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, alternating single leg deadlift. Remember, bring those shoulders back and down. Lead with your chest. Either float by standing on one foot. Here we go. Or keep that toe down if you need it for balance. If your balance is off and it's not letting you get that good squeeze up to your glute, leave that other foot on the floor. You are usually more balanced on one side than the other. I am more balanced on my left. When I go to my right, it is definitely more shaky like that. 10 more seconds here. And up. Woo. All right, last one. And resting. All right, we're going to that fly and press. If it was too heavy, remember, you can always go no weights on this. We're going to start with those arms at 90 degrees, up in front. Here we go. Out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. Excellent. Keep that going. Out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. 10 more seconds. This is when that burn really comes in. Don't lose your form. My elbows are dropping down a little bit. Woo, 2, 1, and rest. All right, 30-second rest. I gotta get some more water in my water bottle. Luckily, this is a water cooler right here, so I'm able to do that. Let's make sure I don't miss. And I'm dripping all over the floor, but it's my exercise floor. It's okay. All right, let's get those weights. We got 10 seconds before we're gonna start with those sumo pulses. Out nice and wide. 45 degrees for those toes. Here we go. Chest tall. 1, 2, 3. Up on 4. 1, 2, 3. Up on 4. That's it. Stay nice and low in those pulses. Drive up through your heels with a squeeze. And up. Excellent. A few more here. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, weights down, reverse curls, up, up, down, down. It's always the third round that you got it, and then that's the last round, right? All right, here we go. I should say set. Up, up, down, down. Squeezing the bicep. Now, you have to grip your weights a little bit more than you would in a regular bicep curl because they could just rest on your hand, but don't over grip. Up, up, down, down. Nice. Up, up, down, down. All right, 12 more seconds. Last little bit. 3, 2, 1. Resting. All right, single leg, alternating side. I'm going to keep my foot on the floor this time. So I'm just going to go on the toe because that takes the weight off of that foot and I put all the pressure and weight in the other side. Here we go. Cross towards the toe and up. Remember, lead with your chest, not with your shoulder. No round backs here. You want to feel it up the back of that straight leg all the way to your glutes. Nice and slow and control. It's not about moving fast today. That's for our HIIT and Tabata workouts. That's next week. I think next week is a Tabata. Oh, it might be a HIIT. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a HIIT. Down and all the way up. Down and all the way up. And resting. Almost forgot to look at the timer. Almost gave you a bonus. All right. Last time, fly to overhead press. Whew. And then you get a nice long break while I explain the next round. Here we go. Out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. That's it. Keep that going. Oh, goodness. Get that yawn, get that oxygen. Woo. Out, up. Shoulders are burning. Good. Move as far as you can on this. Right in line with the shoulders. Press it up. We got 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. Had to get that last one in there. All right. I'm going to put these weights away because I probably won't use them for the next round. Next round, we're going to go squat to curtsy. So I'm going to bring myself forward just a little bit. Weights are going to be held here. We're going to squat to curtsy. Toes are still facing forward. My railroad track goes over here to squat to curtsy. Again, it's not fast. We probably do this in one of our like Tabatas or something where we move fast. It's not fast. All right, row to tricep kickback. This is one of my favorite moves. Row, kickback, forward. Forward is to under the elbows. Forward is not to the shoulders and down. Right here. All right, working the back and the triceps, not the biceps. Side leg raises. We're going to rest a weight to our side, and we're going to do 20 seconds of raises on one side and then 20 seconds on the other side. Hopefully, I'll remember to tell you to switch. And then our last one, I'm going to show you an alternative. So I'm going to pause this because I forgot I had a push-up in here. So it's a push-up with a halfway hold, but I'm going to show it to you standing as well. So I'm going to do it for my knees. So we're going to go down. We're going to come halfway, little hold, down, halfway, little hold. All right. Again, go at your pace. If you are doing this standing, you're going to do it on the wall. I'm going to put fingerprints all over my mirror that's over here. Hands at shoulder height. Step yourself back so that you're at an angle. You're going to let yourself come into the wall. All right. Halfway up and hold. Into the wall. Halfway up and hold. All right. That's keeping you with some tension in your chest as you're doing that one. All right, I'm going to grab a quick drink. I'm going to turn this back on. We got 23 seconds before we start. So first one is that squat to curtsy. But nice and slow. Hold your weight suitcase style, which is here. Suitcase in each hand. Oh, I wish it was a suitcase and I was going somewhere. Not yet. All right. Squat to curtsy. Starts in 5 seconds. Take your time. Make sure you go into railroad, not a balance beam. Here we go. Squat. Now come up. Kick that foot out to curtsy. Come back to squat. I had to move a little bit. I hit the wall. To curtsy. squat, to curtsy. Try to keep your chest up on this, weight in the heels, drive up through that front leg of the curtsy, through both legs in the squat, but keep a nice straight alignment. Knees are right in line with my feet. Don't let them fall in or fall out on that squat. 2, 1, and resting. All right, row to tricep kickback. So small muscle here. So even though I could do more on the row, I got to make sure that I can do that kickback. Feet under your hips, flat back. Here we go. Row, kick back, come to under your elbows, and then release. Up, back, forward, down. Up, back, forward, down. If any of you have been with me for any amount of time, you know this is a favorite of mine. While we're here, dig those heels into the floor and squeeze the glutes. Let's get big bang for our 40 seconds here. Up, back, forward, down. Last one. Up, back, forward, and rest. All right, side leg raises. If you need to, you can just hold on to one weight and hold on to a chair or a wall. If not, I want you to rest right against that leg. Here we go. Out and down. Now really try out that balance by not touching the floor when you come back down. That's making this other leg that's stationary also do a lot of work. All right, we got one more on this side. And now put that foot down, switch, other side. Good, keep a slight bend in your stabilizing leg. It's gonna help with your balance. I'm looking down on a spot on the floor to help with my balance. You wanna look at something that's not moving. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, push up with a halfway hold. So we're not going to the top of the push up. I'm gonna get my mat so I don't kill my knees. You are either doing it on the floor or on the wall. Here we go. Down, halfway, slight pulse or slight hold, back down. Halfway, 2, 3. I'm counting in my head how long I'm holding. I am not fully extending my elbows. 2, 3. I'm keeping my back nice and flat. Do not crisscross your feet. That puts your hips at a weird angle. We want everything nice and straight. We got 8 more seconds here. Woo! Last 1, 2, 1, and resting. Wow, I had a big elbow crack at the end of that. All right. 1 down, 2 to go on this round. So we're going to start over with that squat and curtsy. Get a little rest here. Drink if you need it. All right, we start in 10 seconds. Let's pick up our weights and get ready. Squat. Feet are not here. We're not a narrow squat. We're a regular squat under your hips. Here we go. Squat, drive up, and now going to that railroad track to your side. Good. Squat to curtsy. Nice and slow and controlled. Drive up through both heels here. Come down into your curtsy. Drive up through your front heel. Squat to curtsy. Squat to curtsy. Excellent. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, row to tricep kickback. Oh, it's getting warm in here. I'm going to open the window a little bit. All right. Little hinge. Here we go. Row, kick back, forward, and down. Remember, the forward is just to under your elbows. It is not to your shoulders. Up, back, forward, and down. Up, back, forward, and down. Up, back, and down. That's it. Weight in your heels. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and resting. All right, alternating side leg lift. I might not have mentioned, keep that foot flexed. All right, don't rotate out. You don't need to point your toe. Like I said, if you can challenge your balance, here we go. Don't touch the floor when you come down. Keep a slight bend in your stationary leg. And if you look at something that's not moving, that is going to help with your balance. Flex the foot, toes facing forward through the whole move. And we need to switch sides. Perfect. I look down with 2 seconds left on that side. Sometimes I forget. That's it. Whew. Little balance check there. I told you, same with that other move. My right foot is not, and rest, is not as balanced. Oh, all right, what's that last one? Oh, the push-up, the dreaded push-up with the hold. Guess that's why I forget it, because I just love it so much. No, I don't. All right, get yourself in good position, hands in line with your chest. Here we go. Down, halfway hold. Back is nice and flat, butt is not up in the air. You're tilting into the wall if you're standing, and then holding yourself at that halfway point. Ugh. Squeezing the chest. Squeeze. Yes, it's working other parts. Yes, my arms are shaking. Whew. 10 more seconds here. That hold. Torture. Last one, 2, 1, and resting. Oh, nice little stretch here before we get up. We got a 30-second break. We have to do that round one more time, and then we go into hardcore. Woo. All right. Sweaty mess. All right. Got to pick up those weights for that squat to curtsy. Oh no, 4 seconds. Ugh. Here we go. Squat to curtsy. It's amazing how quickly that 30 seconds goes by when you're resting. And curtsy. Squat and curtsy. So it's about bending the knees, right? Some people really fold themselves forward from the hips. That's going to happen naturally in order for you to bend. But make the knee bend the most important part and go to where you can. We got 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right. Row to kickback. Feet are under your hips. Nice flat back. Slight bend in the knees. Here we go. Row, kick back, forward, release. Control the release. Don't let the weights just fall down quickly. Control it. Weight in your heels. Forward, down. Up, back, forward, and down. Up, back, forward, and down. Good. Watch this. Don't put in a weird arch in your back. Pull that belly button in. Keep a nice flat back. 3, 2, 1. Resting. Alternating leg lifts. Okay. You can just do one and hold on to a chair or a wall and then switch sides. Here we go. Out and down. Out and down. So all the weight in my stationary leg, toes facing forward as I lift, nice and controlled in each direction. That weight is sitting right against my leg to give some more resistance and switch your side. If you need to check in on the balance as you come down, go right ahead. Or like I said, hold on to something. If balance is making you not have a nice controlled lift and lower, Hold on to something. I want you working that leg. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, putting those weights out of the way. Push up with a halfway hold. Whew. All right. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. I want you going all the way down, halfway up. Little hold. Down, halfway up. Little hold. Nice exhale as you go up. 18 more seconds. Abs nice and tight. Back nice and flat. I was going to say flat, nice and back. I caught myself. 10 more seconds. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Oh, feels so good to stretch. All right. I'm going to show the core work on the floor first, and then I will come up and show you the alternate. So half seated sit-up. So I'll show you all of this, the alternative, not on the floor. So you can hold a weight if you want to. You don't have to, but you're only going halfway down and back up. Halfway down. Really engage to pull yourself back up. All right. Single leg, up, up, down, down. Throw those hands under the butt. We're going to go up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. I'm not letting my feet touch the floor on my down unless I have to. Okay, so it might get tiring at some point and I have to. All right, next one, bird dog. We're going to reach out, pointing like the dog, and pull the elbow and knee in, replace. Out, in, replace. Out, in, replace. I'll show you these all standing in a moment. I'm going to stop the timer because we're going to run out of time. All right, and then the last one here, low plank leg lifts. So low plank is on the elbows. You can do it from your toes, leg lift, or from your knees, leg lift. All right, now let me go through all of those with an alternative way. First one is best in a chair. So I'm going to bring my chair over. You're going to sit at the edge of your chair, heels out. You're going to come back and bring yourself back up. Come back before my shoulders touch. Abs are nice and tight, and come back up. All right, that is your halfway sit up. Second one, stay on that chair. Single leg raise, up, up, down, down. Now, hold on to your chair, tilt back, up, up, down, down, up, down, down. If that's too much and you can't hold that, then it's an up, down, okay? Engaging those abs as you lift the leg. Third one, you can probably figure out what we're going to do for this one, right? Cross, 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 all right? And then the last one, low plank alternating leg lift. You're actually going to do it on the wall like you did the push-up. Now, low plank is here, okay? And then we're going to lift and lower, all right? That one's, remember, core is shoulders to the butt, right? So working the butt on that one. All right, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we're going to go through this 3 times. There is no 30-second break when we get through that first set. Just fixing the pony to get ready for my half-seated sit-up. My timer's over here, so I'm going to get that going. So either in your chair or on the floor with me. You can hold a weight if you want to. Heels are down, knees are bent, and I'm nice and flat here, engaging the abs. I'm going to go halfway back and up. I just like to throw my hands here just for something to do with them. All right, we're starting in 5 seconds. 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off 3 times, and then we're done with this workout. Here we go. Halfway back and come back up. Halfway back and come back up. So I'm rolling a little bit through to, I'm not going all the way to my low back, but I am pushing my abs in so that I curl down a little bit and then bring it up. Down and bring it up. Down and bring it up. And rest. All right, we're just going to lay down, or you're going to keep yourself scooted at the end of your chair. I'm going to throw my hands right under my butt. I'm going to tuck my chin here. I probably didn't do that before. Up, up, down, down. Keep your low back pressed into the mat. Up, up, down, down. Like I said, if you need to let your heels touch the floor, that's fine. If you're in the chair and can just lift one leg at a time, that's fine. Lift and lower. Up, up, down, down. Good. We got 4 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Going on to all 4 if you're on the floor. You're doing a standing, alternating knee to elbow. Here we go. Reach out, pull it in with a crunch, replace. Reach out, pull in, replace. Out, in, replace. When you come in, you're really squeezing everything together, squeezing your abs. Ooh, that's why it's hard to talk. Ooh. Out and pull it in. Out and pull it in. We got 2, 1, and resting. All right, low plank, alternating leg lift. I'll probably start on my toes and then go down to my knees. You're either here or on the wall, nice and flat. Here we go. Raise and lower, raise and lower. So I don't want you here. Nope, get yourself down. And if you have to, go down to your knees. That's fine, but stay in a good plank position. Bird dog is on all 4s. Plank is also all 4. Well, your toes and your elbows, but flat back and rest. All right, we got to start right back over. I told you, there's no 30-second rest here. Half sit up, 2, 1, here we go. Back and bring it up. Back and bring it up. So I exhale right there because that's where I'm really tightening my abs to be able to pull myself back up. Stopping that momentum. And 2, 1, and resting. We're going to lay back for the straight leg lift. Up, up, down, down. You can tuck your chin or you can lay all the way back. Here we go. Up, up, down, down. Up, up. Make sure your low back stays pressed into the mat. If it keeps coming up as you go down, don't go down quite as far. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. 6 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Flip it over to bird dogs. Flip it over, flip it over. Reach out, pull opposite elbow to opposite knee. Here we go. Reach and pull, replace. Reach and pull, replace. Move at your own pace here. Mind to muscle, squeezing those abs as we pull in. So we're working shoulders and butt on that kick out, and then scrunch the abs as we come in. Good. 3, 2. Let's get 1 more in and resting. All right. Low plank, alternating leg lift. Whether you're on your knees or on your toes, I want a good plank. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You don't do this with your head. Keep your neck nice and neutral. Try not to arch your back. If you're arching your back, you're probably lifting too high. Squeeze the glute as you lift. Squeeze the abs to keep you in that nice plank position. Ugh. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, we got to flip back over. Last time through. All right, half sit up. Start up nice and tall. Here we go. Halfway. Bring it back up. and up. Nice. 2, 1. All right, laying back, alternating leg lift, up, up, down, down. Keep the low back pressed in, and here we go. Up, up. I start to raise both of them. Down, down, up, down, down. Woo! Who's got the burn going? Oh yeah. 10 more seconds. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got flip over for bird dog. We got 2 moves left. 2, 1. Here we go. Reach and pull. Replace. Reach. Pull. Replace. Reach. Pull. All right, 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Low plank, alternating leg lifts. Good plank position here. Nice flat back, abs tight. In 2, and 1. I'm doing it from my knees. It's okay as long as you keep good form. But do it from your toes if you can. Oh. 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 All right, last 8 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Whew. All right, catch your breath for a minute. We're going to come up to do our stretching, but I want you to come up slowly if you were down on the floor. Grab a sip of water, and then we will go into our stretching. Woo-wee! I call that hardcore for a reason, because it ain't easy. All right. Put that aside. Grab a quick drink. Let's get into our split stance. Y'all know the cool down by now if you've been with me. If not, you'll learn it. All right, roll up. Really tuck those hips under. I'm on the toe of this back foot. Heel is off the floor. Hold it right there. Get that. Whoops. My kettlebell and mat decided to fall over. That's quite all right. Heel down, hinge forward, stretching the calf. Heel down, toe up, rock back, and then hinge forward with a straight leg, reaching for your toe. All right, let's bring it around to the other side. Heel up, roll into that. This hip is always tighter. Always feel this more on this side. Heel down, hinge forward. All right. Heel down in front, toe up, straight leg. Reach for that toe. Bring your feet out wide, toes facing forward. Slide over to the side, knee is in line with that foot. Shoulders are facing forward. Nice hinge forward here. Get that inner leg stretch. And bring it to the other side. Those sumo squat pulses. Those side leg lifts. Probably felt that inner thigh on both of them. Reach out in front. Drop those arms down. Ragdoll. Ragdoll. Let those shoulders roll forward. This is the only time I tell you to let go of those shoulders. Toes out, hands above your knees. Roll that shoulder forward. Other side. Roll yourself up. Let's stand. Open wide. We're going to grasp behind our back, push out back and down if you can. Bring one arm across your chest. The other arm, we're going to pull it in and now drop it down. Feel that deltoid stretch. The outer shoulder, nice stretch right there. Those flies to overhead presses, woo! Felt those. Across, pull it in first, sink it down. Let's reach up, bend and give a little tug if you can. Stretching the triceps, so that row tricep kickback where we hit those triceps. My triceps always get sore if I do triceps after not doing them for a while, always. And let's blast it off. Big inhale. Exhale on the way down. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this strength workout. I hope you enjoyed it. And please come back and do it again and again, especially once you get familiar with what the moves are. You'll know what to expect, and hopefully you'll be able to move your weights around a little bit and get a little bit heavier, build up those muscles more. Muscles are so important, especially as we age, we lose our muscle mass. So we need to keep those muscles going. Also helps us burn more calories on a daily basis. All right, speaking of calories, go and make good decisions in the kitchen. Don't waste all of this by eating too many cookies. All right, you can have one. That's okay. You can have one, but then walk away. Don't ever bring the package with you to sit in front of the TV, because that is a plan to overeat. All right, enough on that. Thank you for being here. I'm here to help you be healthy before you need to be healthy. I hope to see you again real soon. Thanks, everyone, for joining me.